What's up, people? Welcome back to the channel. We got ourselves some market watch here. We got magnificent Mavins coming out pretty soon, so I want to go over a couple of the cards coming out and the reprints. We still got the giveaway going on, giving away the Ash Blossom once we get to 100 subscribers. I don't know why I forgot the word for some reason. Yeah, well, once we get to 100, I'll go ahead and start the giveaway for that. So if you like what we do here, go ahead and subscribe, leave a like, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this. So there's a lot of like pre-sales that I'm looking at. I don't have the pre-sales pulled up right now, but uh, there's some places pre-selling them for about $340 for like the entire case. That I think comes 5 of the display boxes. I also saw there was I think it was Core TCG, and my friend was telling me out yesterday how they had them for about $320. So yeah, if you're interested in getting like a whole bunch of them, I try to look out some of these some of these places doing the pre-sale. Like I said, I don't have any of them pulled up right now. I wasn't really looking for that. I already have my own guy who gets me my gets me my stuff. So I forgot exactly how much I paid. I think I paid more like $340. So I kind of missed out on the $320. So yeah, so I guess if you're still looking for cases, there are still some people that have got a couple of good deals out. So with that being said, a lot of like I guess the Ishizu stuff, that stuff, they're all like kind of like holding these weird prices. So I'm not really gonna go over too much of that because I mean, we're pretty sure Shizu is going to be good. We already know it's going to work with freaking, tier element. So it isn't like it's going to flop, but we need to know the full ratios, exactly how much, exactly how many come, in the, how many come in the set. Is one short printed? Is one half printed? Is, like which one's harder to get? Which one is the better one? So a lot of these prices, that's pretty much why they're all like the same. 24.95, 24.96, 24.96, 24.95. They're all like, they don't know exactly which one is gonna hold it, because like there's probably gonna be one that's like $5, one that's gonna be the $20, one's gonna be 12, one's gonna be 7. The prices are really gonna fluctuate. I can't really pinpoint it exactly, but the ones that I do want to talk about and pinpoint would be these reprints right here. So we have like Harpy's Feather Duster. I haven't, it's actually pretty freaking pretty expensive for the Harpy's Feather Duster. Here you go. Yeah, Harpy's Feather Duster here. So like you could get them for the most part like at 6, 5, 6, 6. I think we looked this up on about a market, like I forgot which market we looked it up, but yeah, you get these for very cheap. So I don't know why these ones right here. There, yeah, like that. $13.96, $13.97, $13.99. So it's like a $14 card. No idea why they're doing this like that, but these are the pre-sales. So I'm expecting stuff like this to drop to like $4. You got Trapchick Sarah here. Yeah, like it depends on like the exactly when we're gonna get the structure deck and whatnot. But Sarah, I want to call Sarah at $5. Millennium Restrict. Here's another one. Is very expensive. It's like I said, pre-sales. I would avoid all this right now. These are gonna be like $5, $6. We got Evenly Matched here. Evenly Matched is very, very interesting. That's something that I want to take a look at. I think I have Evenly Matched pulled up. But yeah, we got this. The packs right now are selling for $6.89. They're saying Lightning Storm, 13 Gravekeeper's Trap, Triples Tactics Talents. So I just see like a lot of these stuff right here. Ghost Meets Girl. Yeah, like these are all just gonna be crashing. So the prices are just everywhere. Kind of weird. So the cards that I do kind of want to focus on more is Evenly Matched, and I think I also have Lightning Storm and then one other pulled up. So this one right here, like I remember, I don't know how long ago I brought this one up, but I remember telling people like buy it, get them now, like get them now. At one point, these were going for very, very high, especially the secret rare. These kind of like slowly started to go up. You could have got these for $12, and then they shot to like 30, almost 40. I think the lowest one was like $25 a piece. I'm really happy to see that it's getting a reprint, and it's getting but it's getting another ultra reprint. So I guess what I'm trying to get at here is these ultra reprints right here. When these got reprinted ultra, it brought the price down from like $25 to $12, but then over time they slowly started to go up. So I could very much see this Evenly Matched when it finally comes out. They're like $8 to $10. if they go any lower than $8, I would just start picking them up, because unless they reprint it common in some type of structure deck, which is possible, but unless they do that, this is always going to be a good card. Like, it's very hard for this card not to be good. And, like, I'm not saying it's always going to be in your main deck, but it's always going to be a side deck option. It is like just, yeah. Some people really like, and they know it's good, but they don't realize like how impactful resolving this could be. So as long as there's no more reprints, or they only reprint it in like you know, in like high, and they keep it in like a kind of a hollow rarity. These right here, I could see them coming out at like $8, and then like I said, if they're any lower than 8 or just 8, I'm just going to start picking them up slowly, because I could see these going to like 25s again. People are always going to want to have evenly matched. Lightning Storm. Here is man, I was a little, I want to say I was like disappointed like with Lightning Storm, because it did very impactful, and I currently use it right now. But I guess for me it took a little longer to, you know, to be, you know, as widely used as I guess it started to be. Its price point at $13.96. I can see this ultra rare kind of, what depends, like if the King's Court ultra rare stays, because the King's Court Ultra Rare is like 321. I could see this, you know, going down to $10, and then this Lightning Storm being like, you know, being in the $8 range, because this is still like a really good card. You really want this to break boards. You want to have it available, but it isn't usable just whenever you want. You have to not have, you know, any face-up cards. So it makes it to where in the middle of the game, unless, you know, like unless you're in a really bad position, then then you basically can't use it in the middle of the game. I remember I use this in Flandreese, and you know, I mean, it makes sense. You know, it makes sense to be really good, but I saw myself in a lot of positions to where I would draw this maybe like, you know, turn 3, where, you know, maybe like, you know, I interrupted my opponent, and then he did something and kind of got rid of my stuff, and then I'd draw it turn 3 or 4, and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna use it to get rid of this back row, but then I'd have the freaking field spell face up. So it's like, so you know, it's like in the mid game, unless you're like in a really bad spot, it's, you know, it doesn't help you as much as you want it to. So it is very much dependent on you going, you know, like on your first turn, like whether it's for, you know, like whether it's kind of first or second. It's really dependent, like, you know, on your first turn. So yeah, I don't know. I enjoy Lightning Storm. I thought it was gonna be way more impactful, but I could really see this dropping to like $5, and then, yeah, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm over here saying it's gonna drop to $5, going to rent for my own personal uses. I know this card is really good, but yeah, just because like you already have a lot of options here, I want to say this one's gonna be to $5 to $10, and then these will probably hold to like 11s. Let's go ahead and jump off that. I'm gonna, like I said, going on tangents here about my disappointment in my use of Lightning Storm. Triples Tactics Talents. I love this card. This card has got me out of a lot of jams, and I could see this one going up. So I guess the whole gist of what I'm trying to say, I took a million years to explain and point, is this one, I could see it coming out, going down, and then it'll go back up. This one, I believe the price is gonna maybe a little lower, $10, and then it'll stick around the $5 to $10 range, and you'll be able to kind of pick these up for that price, especially if we get another reprint of this card. This one, however, I don't know if they're gonna reprint this one in a structure deck. Konami can do whatever they want, anything's possible, but if they keep giving this hollow reprints, then I very much could see these slowly climb up. Like, these are 52, these are 11. I could see these start to climb up to like $15, $20, and these will start to do the same. So when these come out, when they start going down, just pick them up. If they go any lower than this $10 price point, just slowly start trading them, start picking them up, have the page, because these could be $25 cards just within 2 months after Mavins is released. This is a really good card. I'm very happy that it got reprint, and if Konami doesn't give it a common reprint or an easy access reprint, these are hella gonna go up. So I very much will keep an eye on these things right here. So we're gonna step off of Mavins and step into some different Mavins here in Labrynth. Okay, so I had dreams of building a Labrynth deck, but then like I said, I have a tendency of taking on too many projects, so I decided not to worry, not to worry with the Labrynth. So I finally sold. So I sold my little core I had, And I was tripping out. I'm like, why is she 14? Why is she like $14? Why is she $14? So I asked my friend who plays Labrynth, and he explained to me, and it makes sense. Like she doesn't require the trap and whatnot. But yeah, this is freaking crazy. Like I just did not know that the price difference is so crazy. Like I mean, it went hella down for when it was there, but now it's like starting to go up. Yeah, it went down again, and it's starting to go up. We got sales at 14, so this is basically like a $14 card, 13.49 with no shipping. 13.50. So yeah, 14. It's just $14. Like just call it at 14. Now this one right here are like Ariane. I think it's Ariana and Ariane. Yep, Ariana and Ariane. There you go. So yeah, and she's just $3. Sales for 293, 362, and yeah, she's starting to actually go down. People are just putting her up. They're just like, yeah, gone. I think the one I put is gone too. Yeah, that one's gone. But yeah, they're just like 220, 290. Yep, it's the other one. I tripped out. I was amazed on the difference of price. It's like more than a $10 difference. Hilarious. Lovely Labyrinth and Silver Castle. Like she's a one of, so I understand why you're not. She doesn't really command like that high of a price point. You get her for 3, like, a little more than the cheap servant, the expensive servant and the cheap servant. And the lady right here, she's worth a little more than the cheap servant, like 340, 360. It's like basically a $4 card, almost 5 if you're just getting her by herself from most of these people. 340, yeah, 440. She's like with shipping almost $5 by herself. So keep that in mind. Try to find another card to add with her, and you get that free shipping with her. Lady Labyrinth of the Silver Castle. Now she's actually very good. I had a very hard time dealing with her. I was playing a plane of like Flaunderies, and like this like they were able to grind, like he was able to grind with me, like even though I felt like I had the advantage a lot of the time, he was able to just constantly grind with me. And it's like if you're able to get her, plus if you got her the field spell, then you got the Welcome Labyrinth, and you just start getting you start getting the recursion. Then I think it's the clock. I don't know which other monster that he was using. I think it was the clock that does like the full rotation. But man, just being able to summon pop and then recycle 2 cards, summon pop, recycle 3, like it was just it was working. I really like that. It kind of made me regret selling the card, because I'm like, oh, maybe I did want to start it. But then, like I said, I take on too many projects, and then I end up with like 50 different things I have to do, and I'm all stressed, and I get stressed out with fun. I don't like getting stressed out with fun. So you got to copies at 9, like 954, 875. She's starting to go down like a little bit. She was up, I think, there are a couple sales at like 1050, 953, 999. So people are just starting to post her now. People are just starting to pick her up. They're gonna go lower and lower. I think the one we posted is already gone. So yeah. So she's basically $10. Yeah, around the $10 price point. If you could get her for like $8 to $9, that'd be pretty good. Welcome Labyrinth. Yep, this, like I said, this I would say it's worth that $20 price point, especially because like it's like without Welcome Labyrinth, then you're not really getting a lot of that going. So you got this Korean one for $8, and then all the English ones 17, 16, 60. Yeah, it's like 17, $18. We're looking at like a $17 card. That, yeah, that's I feel that it's basically, without Welcome Labyrinth, then it's basically just a trap deck that just summons that just has a little bit of like interruptions. So yeah, let's see. What's the last card? Okay, now the last card I wanted to talk about. Get this off the screen. Okay, so this is the last card I want to talk about. I can't remember if this is the first or if this is the third or second time I brought this card up, but my friend Mondo brought this card to me. He was like, "Oh, we gotta invest." He brought a freaking he brought like two pages of these cards, and I was like, "What?" I was like, "Okay, fine." I think I bought them really cheap. Threw them in the binder. I read it, and I'm like, "Oh, this is pretty good. One day this will have a use." And I'm conflicted. I very much feel like this is the format where it's gonna be the best, but I haven't seen it on a lot of the top lists. Like there's a couple. I think there's a couple of people that I hear talk about it, but for the most part, it isn't just kind of out there. I made a video about this, but me, I don't have the biggest reach, so it's not like, you know, thousands of people are gonna flock to figure this out. But the price, it just keeps going up. Like what? I saw when I first posted these, and they're at $3. I posted, you know, a couple sets. Then they just shot up again. So then I posted another few, and now they're freaking going back up. I'm like, what? I'm like, people realize how good the card is, but it's like, I guess maybe it's only getting used on like the local level, or it's like getting people through the rounds, but it's just not making it at the top. I am just like dumbfounded. I feel that we should be shouting this card from the freaking top of the mountains, just like, go, shouting it, card's good, throwing copies of it to all the freaking villagers and whatnot. But no, no, where it's just slowly creeping up. It's just slowly moving along, chugging along. And if you want yourself a copy, they're $4 with the $1 shipping. So they're basically $5. We're looking at $5 cards, $15 sets, and yeah. There's only one printing of this from World Superstars. It's a prismatic rare. Yeah, it's a very unique effect to where it's like, it doesn't matter, like it doesn't even matter. It doesn't have to happen like right after too. So it's just if a card is sent from the deck to the graveyard, if card's sent from the deck to the graveyard, it doesn't even matter whose deck or whose graveyard. It doesn't matter. Like it just, if it happens, period. Then you target one card in either player's graveyard, you shuffle it to the deck, and then you just cut off milling. It literally just cuts off milling. Like, I don't, like, there's like I mean, you have like Macrocosmos and D-Shifter that cuts off milling by making your opponent, not want to mill. Kind of similar to Max C, to where Max C doesn't stop your opponent from special summoning, but the fact that you'll draw a card makes them not want to special summon. Like, so, it technically stops them from special summoning. And this is, I guess, this is like Max C on crack, but for milling, to where it just completely locks it out. So yeah, I don't know. I'm very, very interested to hear people's thoughts on how good that other people think this card is. Because like me personally, I think this card is like really good. I've taken it to a few tournaments, but I haven't had a chance to use it just because I haven't been able to take it to like a super high event to where everyone's playing tier, everyone's playing like just danger tier, this and that. So a lot of the times, by the time I get to the freaking, by the time I play, someone's playing tier, and I put it in my deck and I haven't drawn it. So maybe that's it. Maybe just people just don't have enough opportunity to use it. But all right, well, that's it. I'm gonna go on a freaking 50-year tangent about why this card has disappointed me. Anyway, that's it for the video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We still got the giveaway going on. With that being it, yep. Thanks, guys. Peace out.